What's going on? My name is Zac Holcomb. Welcome back to Kicking It With, episode 14. Today we are joined by Travis Stanley Harper.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to the show, man. Thanks for stopping by tonight and walking in on us. We just got done. We were hanging out with Kevin earlier, and we were talking about the BMX park and how cool of a thing that would be. And then we were also we didn't even talk about this off camera before you came on, but we were talking about Karens and Kevins and how he doesn't feel like he applies. So if you didn't catch episode 13.
Kevin is not a Karen.
Yeah, well, he's a Kevin.
He cares, but
he's a Kevin. Like by name.
Kevin, but he's not a Karen.
Well, right, but they say that Kevins are the male Karens.
Oh, I thought that.
Did you know that? Mm-mm. Yeah, that's a thing, apparently. Right? So, anywho, if you didn't catch that in episode 13, go back and check that out. But today, you're graced by episode 14, and we've got Travis Harper on, and we want to talk about a whole bunch of fun stuff, like being on the local news all the time. You're like a local celebrity doing all that stuff. How's that been going?
Just chilling on the news, man. They find me in a way. We find each
the
other.
Way you want to be.
I love the local news. I've always liked jumping into the local news whenever I could, even as a kid at a local ball game in the background, but bombing. Just get in there. Just be in the scene.
Exactly. You're still winning as long as you make it on the TV.
Just get on the local news. That's all I want them to do.
I love it. No, like you said, it just comes to you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when you're out and you're just doing stuff. Yep.
It's all organic around here.
Exactly, and that's what's really sweet about a lot of the things going on, man. For sure. Well, yeah, we were just talking about the BMX park. I know you've been having a lot of viral posts going on lately, so you've been kind of. We were out of town. We were kind of experiencing it and watching. It's been kind of cool.
Kevin hit me up, and which I already knew he had these ramps in storage and everything from Ryan Nyquist, and they're right here 2 miles away from downtown, and he's already had this whole thing going. He almost had it going and almost had it funded and everything, and it, I guess, fell through, and now it's kind of re-sparking some attention here, and we're trying to get it. I grew up skateboarding. Dillon, my business partner at Harp Dill's, the chef there, 50% owner, the restaurant we share together, whatever. We grew up skateboarding together, and it would just be a whole lot of positive, I think, change in the community to try to get the skate park here. Like, we got a lot. We got a lot. We won't even go too deep into right this second of going on around here with these kids needing something to do, and I think it would be a really positive thing to bring into town.
For sure. That's what we were talking about too, is like not only that, but it puts together like people that like Kevin are like they want to like, that's their jam, that's their hobby, and so like the times and the way that they can give back in that sense, because like that's their passion, and then all the lessons that you learn by being involved in all these different things and all that stuff, like you get your gear and taking care of your gear. So it's like you had to put time in, and the pay periods involved in life to get to where you want to get to, and all those fun things. Of course. You kind of know about that, right?
Yeah, I grew up working in tobacco fields.
Exactly.
Years old. That does something to you.
It teaches you
character.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. And it doesn't get any more hot than the heat down here. So I know what you guys are talking about on that stuff, man. It's freaking hot.
For sure. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
tobacco worms crawling all over you, possible cow killer coming up on your left. You don't even expect it. Eastern North Carolina is a place that it's a whole entire culture that only exists here in Lenoir County, and Kinston is the epicenter of it, and once was the greatest epicenter of it. We are a gateway here in Eastern North Carolina. Lenoir County plays a very important role.
Yep.
In Eastern
the
North
county
Carolina.
seat.
The county seat.
That's right. It's very important how the county seat looks and the way that the things are here, because it's indicative of the rest of the things in the county. You would think. You could say.
It does.
Yeah.
It matters.
Yeah, it's the front lawn of the county.
The city lives in the county.
Yeah, that is correct. In the center.
Right here in the center.
I don't know what the population breakdown is, but I think there's like roughly 66,000-ish people in the county, and there's 20 or so thousand of them are in the city. So almost a third, not quite, but a lot.
When the day's said and done, the city needs the county needs the city. It's really just one.
Coexistence.
We all live here. It's just we need to coexist, and we need to co-interact with one another, and making this whole entire city, county, a better and safer place to live.
Yeah.
Each and every day, each and every one of us. I mean that from the heart. I mean, I think there's way more good people than there are bad.
For sure. Absolutely.
100%. And I believe there's more good people in the world than there are bad. Mm-hmm. But, we're in the midst of, I kind of feel like we're in a foggy area right now in our community in a good way. I think there's going to be a silver lining. I think the sun's going to come out and clear it all up at some point, and things are going to keep emerging. Businesses will keep emerging here in town. Yep. And that's really what we need to see more of, and more, I think, community involvement. But I think once one or two people start interacting, and there'll be 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6, and so on. And I think that's kind of what we're getting that kind of traction here now. I think a lot of eyebrows are getting raised, and I think a lot of people are seeing that, hey, we need to step it up a little bit. Like, yeah, there's been a little, while you were gone in Ohio, my saloon was attempted to do. There was a couple of attempt break-in from some local juvenile kids here that are more than likely, there could be couple of scenarios going on, bored, just up to no good, out and about. The parents don't know where they are / don't care, whatever it may be. They're out up to no good. Yeah. We won't go too heavy into that because I'm trying to stay really positive right now. I'm kind of, this is already random anyway. I want to stay on a good wave, but
for sure.
I think we should involve the kids more, and maybe less of that will happen if there's more for them to do. Other than just, the park's great. I'm not going to down anything that we have, because anything that we have is great. Mm-hmm. I'm not like. But I think we need more for different age groups, and there's plenty of space for it, which I think is worth talking about. I don't know. It might be kind of iffy for everybody, Lenore County, Kinston, whatever. It might be kind of iffy for everybody, but hey, I'm had a few Modelo's. I'm kind of willing to talk about it. These buildings downtown, y'all. This the shout out right now.
Let us work.
These buildings downtown, they're rotten. They're vacant. No one's there. No one's doing doodly squat with them. Do something with them. Give them up. If they're sitting there and you're not doing anything with them, and they're not doing the county nor the city any good, come off these buildings, do the right thing, give them, sell them, do something with them. We're tired of them taking up our streets looking like absolute, you know what? Please come up with something. Let's get these buildings either torn down, turned into something. They're an eyesore. Let's do something with them. Well, I think everybody's asked for, this has been a thing going on, like an existing problem for a while. City of Kinston put in an ordinance, somebody do something. We're out here working really hard. Not just me and Zach. We as a community. A lot of people really, really do care. A lot of these buildings are owned. I don't know who really any of these buildings are owned by the ones that are really putting up the big eyesores. Some of them are coming up for lease on Queen Street and all. That's great. That's a great sign. But we need the ones that are just rotting away. We need something to happen. We need some change. We need someone to do some put their foot down and make something happen here.
Yeah,
I want to see some change.
It's a pretty simple little thing. Is in Columbus, here's the situation. My dad was buying properties in different parts of town, and he bought this one property just because it happened to only go for $21,000. So it was just sure, he didn't have time to actually go dedicate to that property at the time, but he picked it up, right, as an investment, and he was doing the certain thing. So anywho, this happens, and he goes along and does it. He closes on the property. The windows are boarded up, it's vacant. It's a complete gut rehab, but it's right down the street. It's 5 properties from where the city just went in and put a lot of money into a new school. So the city had the school system, went into this property that they own and completely overhauled the school building and put in all this Wi-Fi and all this crazy awesome stuff. Spent, I think it was $1 million or $2 million. So similar to the investment on Queen Street. And so they went in and made a big investment, and then my dad buys this property right down the street. as soon as he closes on it, within 30 days, he gets a notice from the city ordinance, basically, or the code enforcement of the city of Columbus, telling him that, hey, the property that you now own is out of code. And he was like, how can it be out of code? We just bought it. Like, I haven't even had it for 30 days. They said, well, the windows aren't boarded up to code. He's like, the windows are boarded up. They said, no, the windows are boarded up, but they aren't boarded up with 7/8" plywood and painted white. They're boarded up with a 1/2" particle board. So like, they literally said, if you don't fix it, starting by this day, we'll fine you every day. And if you don't fix it or pay the fines by the day that like the fine total exceeds the tax value, we will seize the ownership of the property and you'll have nothing. So like, he bought a property, we had to go take the old boards off the window. We have properties that don't even have boards on the window, not even boards that aren't up to code. So like, it would be a very simple thing to just be like, here's our new code. Only on commercial properties on Queen Street, you have to do this. If a window's busted out, you can't let the drapes hang out the window on Queen. That's not okay. Like, that's a problem. We have that. Like, the windows are busted out. How hard is it to just be like, just board
down there
up?
one night, and me and Noah Justice were walking down there one night,
if you will.
And we were looking at some of the buildings. He's got all these old stories and everything, and stories from the glory days of Kinston. Yes. And anyway, one night we were like walking, looking up at some of the buildings. And some of them got that second story in the windows up there, and I happened to look and I saw I thought it was a mannequin in one of them, like head sticking out of one of the buildings, and it startled me a little bit, which could easily be done. If you honk the horn at me walking on the sidewalk, I might jump a little bit.
But anyway, it's been great.
But you have.
Yeah.
And anyway, it needs to be something like, and there needs to be something things done. It's slowly making progress, but I think there's potential for all kinds of businesses down here, and I think they would be supported. If you build it, they'll come. I really believe in that. Bible verse.
For sure. Yeah. We were talking about that too earlier. Yes. Another scooter ride. Yes. Whew. Making money right now, dog. Scooter ride just went by.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
But no, that's what we were talking about. Like, if you build it, they will come. Like, you build a BMX park, you just might, who knows who might show up. You build, P.D. Pablo was at Social House a couple weeks ago. That was pretty cool.
North Carolina. Take your shirt off.
I love it. I forgot about that song, actually, because I'm not from here. But as soon as you guys said it, I was like, oh, yeah, because I went to Freak League.
We all play every Sunday at 103 while we bite into our barbecue sandwich.
I like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good, man.
It's a good North Carolina tradition.
Yeah, Freak League was where I would go to. Actually.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Can we just take a commercial break, play Freak League and some twerking for about 3 seconds?
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then just dub over it so we don't get copyright.
Speaking of twerking, I'm just playing.
Yeah, Stanley. Does Granddaddy like twerking?
Oh, yeah. Granddaddy.
I saw you guys took him to
Hootersville.
Yeah,
me.
Sorry about the flies. We had the freaking door open today because the weather was so nice. And two flies got in, and they're both, as soon as we turn the lights on, right on us. Did it to me and Kevin, too. So, it's because I didn't I'm just.
It is look, just another guest, just a special guest on the show.
Yeah, it's the first time having 4
Pat
people.
And Charlie flying around. But no, we took Grandpa to Hootersville, and me and Paul, we went up there to his mountain house to do a little bit of work. Him and Grandpa took a little workcation up there, and we had a good time. We went to Hootersville, and Grandpa, his Paul's granddaddy, as of this past month, I think the 16th, it was his 91st birthday. And anyway, I've basically been his grandson for a year now, but this is Paul's granddaddy, and we spent a lot of time together, a whole lot of time together. And he is really just been a huge new light in my life that I needed more than I even thought existed.
For sure. I saw on that trip you had the suitcase. The green suitcase.
The suitcase, everybody loved the suitcase. I posted it on Facebook, and people were really like, Grandpa's a legend here. Like, Grandpa is an actual icon, a movie star, celebrity.
Has he been in actual films? Is that factual? I mean, you know it's factual, but like, are they published films
Could
that people
be.
could look
I don't
up?
know. Maybe so.
I'm not talking like OnlyFans. I'm talking like, I know he's on OnlyFans.
I don't know. He'd be glad I answered it that way.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, next question.
Next question.
I don't know.
I saw he does, you were showing him your glasses here recently.
Hollywoods.
Yeah.
They calls me the Hollywoods.
Yeah. I love that too. He's hilarious. Too funny.
Yeah.
What else you got going on? So, for those of you that don't know who you are, like, explain, like, if no one knew who you are and you only had 42 seconds,
Wow.
like, how would you really dial it in?
All right.
Like, what's your, if it was speed dating and you had 45 seconds and I had 45 seconds, what's your 45 seconds?
To the ladies?
No. Just like, yeah. Let's do that one first. Do that one to the camera.
Okay, 45 seconds.
To the ladies.
It's been a long time coming. It's been a long, hard road. I've been walking, I've been stumbling, I've been rumbling, and I've been rambling. All for you. This whole time. All these places that I've been. Every sunset, every sunrise. I thought of you. Now come with me to the zoo. Oh, Lord. And they'd probably come with me to the zoo, just like that.
Yeah.
Really, they would.
In droves.
Uh-huh.
In droves.
I mean, really, they probably would. If any real particular good-looking spine dime piece out there sees this video and wants to go to the zoo, Ashboro ain't that far away. If you don't mind driving, it'd be appreciated, but let me know.
Yeah. Well, then you'd be more equipped to make the drinks when y'all arrive at your destination, you know?
And we might stop to Hootersville.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Good stuff.
I like podcasting more than I thought I would, Zach.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's the funnest thing ever, isn't it?
I really do.
Pretty good time. We had Stacy and Brad on. Did you catch any of that one?
Yes. I caught it. I think that was probably my favorite one I've seen so far.
It's pretty fun.
Great guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolute amazing. We're not getting another Stacy and Brad.
No.
Like,
they don't make them like that.
They don't
anymore.
make them like that anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
And we ain't getting another Stacy and Brad. There's a lot of good people in this world, but there are two of them, but they're just also just so fun, open-minded, unique for the new change coming and all that. You know, you gotta love it and respect it, and just they both have done a lot for this town and been around, and I love them both to death. They're like you know, everybody you've had on your show or you know on this podcast has been really great people, and we got great people here in this town. There's
for sure.
You know, and it's kind of a, I don't know if we can say.
We can say anything.
We can say anything, like an oxymoron or like a plot. Like it's this great play. Like in our reality, like Kinston doesn't have to the outside world or outside people that don't really know us or know our town. Excuse me, Kinston. If you Google it. You know, it might be like, some bad stuff comes up or something negative. But also, a lot of great things can come up if you just keep digging a little bit. Or like, example, we've had a very successful things, Chef and the Farmer, Mother Earth, all these other businesses following behind it. Like, I'm hoping myself to be one of them things that really, really help uplift this town at some point. Like, there's a lot of great things happening here, and I would really like to help clear up that I was born in Kinston, North Carolina, raised in Greene County, one county away. This place means a lot to me, and I've been around the world, tried to live in a bunch of other places, and did live in a bunch of other places, and attempted it some, lived in some, whatever, and got a lot of great experiences. And I'm home now, and now I couldn't imagine doing it any differently. And just seeing, like, for example, you, like me and you, we've met and we've become really great friends over the last year. Like, and tonight was my first time taking a tour of your place here. Like, all this hard, like, and a year ago, this didn't look like this, which obviously I've been in here, but not like that tour. But you've come really far with what you've done, and you chose Kinston to do that. And I think that should be looked at by people differently and in another perspective. Like, no one else, like, you're doing something different here. You have a different approach and you have a different perspective. And really, to me, it isn't even different, because I've been other places, and I just think it's just someone else's view. It doesn't, like us saying, oh, he is different. Like, I'm different. Like, people are going to, like, I've always felt like I grew up skateboarding and doing all this growing up in school, and then, like, you don't, everybody else is doing this, and like you're the, like, one of the few only ones doing that, and you want, like, and then you stand out, and you don't want to, like, you got to go through all this judgment as kids. Kids got to go through judgment and get made fun of doing stuff, man. Like, and at some point you just, like, some people have a heart, some people struggle with it. Some kids don't give a fuck. Right. Like, really, you know what I mean? Like, and at some point I got to that for sure, and it took it to a whole nother level. Like, I drove me and my homies down to Miami at 16. It was supposed to be in Myrtle Beach. That's pretty close. Whole nother story. But, like, I've always kind of been turned up, man. Like, I've never been like, I'm turned. I'm turned. All right, y'all, you get it. You gotta, yo. Eventually, it's gonna be gotten. There's no other way to put it. I am turned up. I'm on another level. I'm really not out here thinking on some everyday average Joe shit. Like, I really am. I'm on a whole, like you are too. That's why we click. That's why we hit it off. I don't know what that even means all the way, but I tell you, I'm not gonna dilute my thoughts or come down or water myself down because of anybody around me, what they think or anything like that.
Yep.
Like, I'm going in, I'm full sending it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it feels good too, don't it?
Dude, it's the dopest thing
It
ever.
feels
That's what I'm
good.
talking about. Like, and sometimes, you find it ruffles everybody's feathers, but, like, where I always go with it is, have you ever met someone that you agreed 100% with?
No.
Every single time,
What
ever?
fun would that be?
No, like, everyone disagrees with their friend no matter what about something at some point in time. So, like, if you disagree with me on this one particular post, it's fine. And then you don't have to like it. Like, you don't have to like every post. That's why you're given the option. You get a button.
Like Dillon, my
You
best
can
friend,
just
my business partner,
dislike
Harp
and
Dill. Like,
scroll.
me and Dillon have probably had more disagreements than anybody else I know. And he matters more to me than anybody I know. And we run a business together and have been, like, since 13 to 14, 15, 16, growing up together, best friends, skateboarding, whatever. Now we're, like, I'm turning 30 in February. He's 31. Like, we're in our 30s now, running businesses together. Like, and we still disagree, but we talk about it. We find ways to move forward and progress, and, like, it's not always easy, but it can be talked about. And I mean, it's for sure. It's pretty. If me and him can do it, it's just, and it's a beautiful thing, honestly. Like, but it ain't like, I'm sure, like, it's not easy, man. Like, doing something great and doing something, making a change.
Nah, it's
not easy.
It's a pain in the ass. The pay period sucks. It's like everything. The pay period portion of it is a pain in the ass. When you're, like, working on, like, becoming better at something, like running, the first, like, 6 months suck ass, but then, like, after that, you're like, I'm pretty decent at running. But, like,
I just walk so fast. I like to think at my speed.
I'm with that. I've been following, and like I let other people talk about how many steps they get, and I got this watch, and I'm like, these clowns don't touch me. They're like, I get this many. I'm like, I crush you guys like on the daily. One time, I was really close to this number of steps, and then I stood there and did this, and I got to this number of steps that day, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, but yeah, I feel like walking. I'm a power walker too. Or I ride the one wheel. You see me on the phone all the time on the one wheel. Like, that's been my jam, too.
Oh, yeah.
I was riding it all day today. I put, like, 4 miles on it.
You came in to tell them the one wheel before
I didn't even have it outside
These
today.
people thought Zach was an alien. They were like, yo, this motherfucker's got a one wheel. Yo, who was that? He just did a live video on Facebook. He's got some kind of one wheel tricycle.
He's going to crash into a parked car. Who pays the insurance on that?
It is what it is, man. Like,
no, that thing was fun. I bought that actually as a marketing expense. Like I was able to write it off as that because it legitimately was.
You have been using, and you still do.
It's legitimate. Yeah,
it is.
It's 3 years in,
dude.
That thing has like this is a nerd note, or just for shorts. But again, the fucking fly.
The flies are vibing.
They're terrible, dude. They're all about the show. They're all about the show. No one watches, but the flies do. No one watches this show, but
they will. They do, and they will.
But the yeah, man, the one wheel, we have 2,671 miles on it, which is a lot. And that's like top 300 all time on that particular model because they track it with like GPS and all this stuff on like this online app that it's all tied into. Isn't that pretty nerdy? It's nerdy as hell, but isn't that crazy? It's a lot of miles on a skateboard. So that leads me to my next thing.
How many miles on that thing?
2,700 roughly.
Holy shit. You basically drove across the country on it.
Yeah. At 14 miles an hour. Top speed. Well, no. Okay. I had it, one time I went 19.7 miles an hour on the beach. And I was like, I can get 20, dog. I know I can get 20. So I took it back up.
Oh, you can ride that thing on the beach?
Oh, yeah, when the sun, when like the tide's out. Yeah. Oh, it vibes. Like you air it down. It does a really good job, actually. So I was like, I was riding it for like 30, 40 minutes. Day 5 of ownership. I was like, I got this, man. I'm owning this thing. I'm figuring it out. Went down the hill. It only tells you don't go past 14 miles an hour. It's the danger zone. You're going to nosedive. So I was like, it's cool, no matter. Drinking beer. And I was like, man, I'm killing this. 19.7. I can get 20. Went back up, started going. Wake up like this, like rolling. Come out of like a blackout, got thrown off the board. Look back, there's like 13 feet between like me and the board. And it's just like smooth sand, like I flew that far before I landed. And I looked down at my phone and it said 24.7 miles an hour. I went pretty much 24 and a half miles an hour and then biffed it. It was pretty horrible. It was the crash of the century.
But you sent it.
But respect,
you sent it.
I respect the shit out of that board now, and that's the keys. Because that thing is fucking dangerous. We started getting back. People were like, "Can I ride? Oh, let me ride it. I'm like,
I've always wanted to ride it, actually.
Do you have life insurance? Like, do you have health insurance? Because like you're probably gonna go to the ER. I'd let Kevin ride it because he's like prone to danger and knows how to fall probably.
He's a danger guy.
Yeah.
How many broken bones? I'm trying to get Kevin to backflip over a cow.
You gotta learn to fall.
I'm not done with it.
How many broken bones, Kevin?
Dude, only a few.
Only a few. Big milk drinker.
I asked Kevin to stay here for the.
Yeah. So off camera is Kevin hanging out after we filmed episode 13, and he's telling us that broke a few bones, not a lot. Drank a lot of milk, and then became lactose intolerant. Yeah. No, it's, like you said, it teaches, you know. Repercussions for actions. That's it. Yeah, we were talking about how it's really Kevin's dream just to get the BMX park put back together because he wants to do a flare on camera because he never stuck one on camera.
I think he can pull it off.
Have you ever done one?
I'm the skateboard.
Oh, different move. Is there a flare on a skateboard?
No, but I mean, I've still never done the flare equivalent on a skateboard. No.
Okay.
Solid, though.
I'm excited. Like I hope it happens.
I hope it happens
do you know the place that I'm talking about though, where I think it could vibe? The skate park.
Which place?
The building right next to Brandon Corey's House of Ink. To the right of it, if you're facing the front.
This way?
Yeah. South. There's another building like maybe that's like 2/3 to 3/4 of the total space. He's got like 1/4 to 1/3 of it on the far left. But to the right side of it, in that same little section, it's all decorated the same from the exterior. But there's like a 2-story tall space there. I don't know who owns it, but it would be it'd be an interesting. When you look in the windows, and you can go check it out and look in the windows, like it does look like it could potentially be used for using the ramps because you could get a little bit of air in there. I think it's at least as tall as this. Would this work?
Oh yeah, I think so for sure.
Just for the jump side, I mean, you need
Like height wise.
18 feet would be like your lowest that you could have. It's crazy because some of the ramps 6 foot, so 10 foot.
That's true.
Yeah. This is like 14, I think. 14 to 16. So it's a little low. Anywho. Just need to find a little spot, man. Pop it up. I think it can happen. I'm excited about it.
Me too. I mean, I think it'll be something great to do here.
For sure. I wonder if we could. I wonder if there would be a way to like get a grant to like put a building up for something like that too. That'd be an interesting action, or like ask a good question for a county commissioner or something like that.
I'm going on, I think, December 6th to the next meeting they were having here. So.
Oh, or the city council meeting on the 6th?
Yep.
Gotcha.
I think I'll be there on that one. It'll be my first one I've ever been to, but I think I'm going to start trying to tap in a little bit on that. And knowledge is power. The more you can know, the better, you know.
Absolutely.
I
You
mean,
can watch them on. You can literally watch them on Facebook. That's when I got like started because like I moved here and we didn't have anything to do, and they made them put them on live because COVID was happening and all that fun stuff. Like, dude, it was amazing. And that's how I got so invested in it and like started watching and started caring about it, and then got all the way
that's
into
great.
running
And that's
and
great
doing
that
all
you
that
do
stuff.
care about
I like it.
There needs to be more people here that do care. And I mean, and I haven't been to any of it. I haven't seen any of it. I'm not going to. Gotcha. Anyway, yeah, I haven't. Fuck. What were we talking about?
It's cool. He'll clip it up. You're good. He was just telling you to talk into your mic a little bit more because you're really not.
I forgot what I was
Can you
talking
just talk
about,
into the mic a little harder? No.
Yeah.
You're talking about the council meetings and stuff.
Oh yeah, I haven't been to any of them. I'm gonna go to this one on the 6th, and hopefully, at least voice a little bit. I think we all have 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey yo, I got 3
Howdy,
minutes. to
council.
spit. Yeah, I thought about saying that.
I'll say it if you say
I thought
it.
about saying that.
Well, I think we get it all
because shout out to Chad and them, but like
Chad and JT.
Anyway, yeah, I thought about literally saying howdy, council.
Yeah,
But I
I'll wear
probably
my
ain't.
boots and do it.
I might just go in like I've never spoken to the council before.
It's pretty
which
easy.
is, I
It's
mean-
the same as talking on this podcast, dude. It's the same.
I feel like speaking to the council is going to be similar to how can I say this? Speaking to the council is kind of like speaking to like a genie in a bottle. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, yo, what up, genie? Like, these are the wishes that we want. This is what we're trying to get done.
What are your 3 wishes?
My 3 wishes. Did I only get 3?
Well, it's a genie, so yeah, let's just go with it.
I'd be like, hey, genie, first of all, can I get a few more wishes?
You can't. That's the one thing you can't wish for.
Okay.
And you can't. I mean, there's a couple things, but I think
I
that's
think I
one
could
of
be
them.
good with 3.
3 wishes
Like,
to the city council
okay. Oh,
of Kinston.
I thought you meant just like to the actual genie.
No, the genie that is the city council. Of
Okay,
Kinston.
the city
it's
council
the same
genie.
thing, right?
Okay.
It's
I'd be
the
like,
same
all right,
thing.
well, I'd be like, what up, genie council, council genie, it's your boy Trav. Since you're not a human and you're just a genie in a bottle, and
There's 5.
and you're gonna make this happen, here's what I want in K-Town. Number 1, no more gun violence. None. All of it gone. Number 2, flourishing businesses and lights and people and color all downtown.
I agree.
And beyond.
Yes.
And even all the way down on Vernon.
City of Lights.
all the way down like it used to be.
Yeah, Kinston,
the
the
mall,
city of
like all of it. And 3. Come back in 3 minutes while we take a commercial break.
What all do you have going on? I know you got all this stuff going on in downtown. Explain it to the people. We generally do a thing called shameless self-promotion, but we try to make the whole thing literally about what you want to talk about. Yeah. So you got the big things that we came on to chat about were getting a BMX/skate park into downtown because we think that more positive environments and more things to do for our youth would be good for combating other problems as well. And instead of just cracking down on crime, providing another outlet.
Yes, a place kids can go and have fun and give them a new hobby, something to do. Sports, getting them involved in anything, any activities outside of school and outside of crime. But the skate park thing, that's definitely, Kevin's got all the ramps and everything ready to roll. If anything, I'm gonna help push it. If anything, if it ends up being some kind of sponsor thing,
that's what I'm
where
saying,
a bunch of businesses coming together and help sponsor a location, I'm willing to be a sponsor. I think it's gonna take. If that was the case, it would take a few of us. But if he's willing to donate all these ramps to the city, I think the city should be willing to at least meet it halfway with that. You know what I mean? Whatever that means being said, whatever. But I mean,
I'm sure there's a way to figure it out. Like, there's money there for all those types of things, and like, why not? Like, we got all sorts of other things that are going really well.
There's a lot. It's being sent to others. Yeah, exactly. And anyway, my selfless, whatever it's selfless. I've had some beers, y'all. Whatever,
shameless,
shameless.
I know.
Sandwich.
I usually struggle with it too. That's why I love it. Like sometimes I get it perfect.
Anyway, my business.
What all you got going on downtown? Yeah.
I own this little bar called Stanley Saloon downtown.
Yeah.
And me and Dillon, my best friend from my childhood skateboard days, we opened up Harp Dill's Bar and Grill together right over here across the street from where we are now. Here on.
Was it 212 North Street?
212 North Street. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And anyway, that's our restaurant. It's kind of like a tropical vibe with a little bit of worldly influenced food. Some of it being Southern, some of it being from Caribbean, some of it being from Mexico. We also have some. We have a lot of local seafood.
Oh, you got where you
Yeah,
get you got locally sourced beef.
Oh yeah, we got some. We got the best beef in the game. Definitely.
Tell me about it.
So we get all of our beef from Wheat Swamp Angus in Greene County. They are like about 1 year into selling their own beef, and it is by far, and a lot of other people.
It's fire.
It is
the burgers even.
They've got it down to a science. They really do.
I saw a 32-ounce ribeye.
34-ounce ribeye.
34-ounce ribeye.
Yeah.
How often? So I guess this is something I'm there from time to time, but how do you get the steaks? Like, are there off menu steak options all the time?
So
are they dinner options?
Explain that to me. We try to keep the New York strip all the time. The ribeyes kind of vary. Some of them, there'll be it might be a 14-ounce ribeye, there might be a 22-ounce ribeye, and we kind of break it down per ounce and how we price it and everything.
So if you eat the cow and you go to Harp Dill's, or if you eat the cow and you don't yet go to Harp Dill's, you should probably head on out and then ask your server what the cut options are for the evening.
Yes, I would definitely say we have sirloins. On our menu, New York strips are advertised, but we also have a lot of sirloins, and we also have New York ribeyes. But they are, yeah. It's the best beef.
I'm liking, dude. The
Me and a
burgers
lot
are
of-
smacking. Grant said he came by for brunch and got that brunch burger. Said it was pretty good.
The brunch has been going good.
Yeah.
We're 2 weeks into brunch now. That's been going great.
Yeah, has it been going? So when is that? When can you catch brunch in
Brunch
Kinston?
is Saturdays 11 to 2. Then we open up for dinner from 5 to 10, and then we brunch Sunday from 11 to 3.
Gotcha.
That was 11 to 2 on Saturday. If I said something else,
Yeah, 11 to 2 Saturday.
Yeah.
Jerry will make a cool little graphic that'll get it all right. So even if
Okay.
you say it wrong, the graphic will have it
Okay.
correctly. He'll spell
All right.
everything
Okay,
right.
that's great to know at
That'll
this
be dope.
point because
Yeah. And then you got anything else going on downtown?
yeah. So we're gonna have this.
What else you got?
I'm working on a new project that I'm excited about. Right across the other street from you, behind us here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's some
Little teal building.
It's right back here behind my shoulder. I'm gonna do a new spot, and it's gonna be called. I'll tell you later what it's gonna be called. I might not say it tonight. I'll tell you the theme.
Tempting.
It's gonna be a 60s, 70s themed Hollywood / Vegas in downtown Kinston. During the day, it's going to be kind of like a general store. We're going to sell merchandise such as Stanley Saloon shirts, Harp Dill shirts, products you guys have, other local merchants, products, shirts,
spot for
whatever,
people to drop
Lovex
stuff.
and Corey Co.,
Yeah.
whatever products we can, local businesses that want to promote, and a few little knickknacks like that. And then we'll play some late night movies, old Hollywood black and white films in this back room that we'll have, and then weekend late night cocktails, desserty kind of cocktails, things like that. We'll play Elvis, James Brown, B.B. King, Motown.
So it's like all the experiences that you're bringing to town are all like from experiences that you've had.
Yeah, I would at this point. I would definitely say so. It's kind of like the Saloon's kind of my rebellious Wild West, shoot 'em up, John Wayne, wanting to free roam and just that. And then Harp Dill's is me and Dillon's collaboration together, and we're both we both love spending time at the coast and being down at the beach or spending time in the islands of other places and countries, and that's more of our tropical essence, atmosphere or whatever. And this place over here, I've lived in L.A. For a year and a half, and I worked at the Chateau Marmont there, so this is kind of going to be more of my experience of the Chateau and of L.A. and my experience in Hollywood, and just like a little bit more upscale and old soul. I want something that's a little bit more laid back and old soul, and reminds people of a simpler time and something kind of nostalgic. Not just like
kind of more loungy a little too.
A little more loungy, a little bit more old. Like there's still a dance floor, but it's still loungy as well.
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of Hollywood, and I kind of wanted to be like that. So I'm very excited about this.
Ways that people can help you with that venture right now. What are you looking for?
Just to be on the lookout for it and to come out whenever it opens up. And
What about furniture? Are you looking for anything?
oh
in
yeah,
particular?
we're looking for some furniture for sure.
Oh, if you're out there right now, you've got all this extra stuff laying around, or like you're cleaning out grandma's house, and you got this old
Victorian
like
style
tiny little
furniture,
sofa, little lounge,
old,
little chase.
yeah,
setup.
anything you can think of on some vintage furniture type stuff. Yeah, we'll definitely are interested in taking a look at that for sure. Good thinking, but yeah.
Any other services you need done over there? I know you got electric taken care of. You got anything roofing taken care of with Corey Co. Roofing Services. You don't have to worry about that. You've got anything else? You need potentially a quote on anything. Any contractor stuff?
I don't.
Yeah, ceiling sprayer.
I'm DIY.
You doing that?
Yeah.
So this guy does his own work. Yeah, you're a demolition man.
We're DIY.
I saw you been
for most of it. Thank God for Stacy. My buddy John's coming over here and helping me cut some of this plumbing and reshaping it and getting it, done right. But and Decode, I got this, and Jason and Melvecchio and some of these boys that work in my restaurant. They've been helping me kind of on the side over here at this other place, and yeah, we're getting it done piece by piece, step by step.
I saw it. You got the little like the drop down ceiling taken out and stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tight.
We're throwing it back. We're putting the G back.
Yeah.
We're putting the G back. Yeah.
Hashtag Kinston.
Hashtag Kingston and or Kinston or Kinston and or Kingston.
Yes.
Which, I mean, look, and just to cover that up on Stacy's end / or excuse me, Noah Justice's end, and on the whole concept of that, because it just ruffled up with some feathers, which was great because the feathers need to be ruffled a little bit around.
Well, people
here.
were putting the G back as soon as we
Putting the G back is more of like, ain't nothing but a G thing, baby.
Yeah.
2K Town homies going crazy. You know what I mean? Like, we're just trying to do to bring in something fun. Putting the G back. The G can stand for give back. The G can stand for glorious. The G can stand for God. The G can stand for gratitude. The G can stand for grateful. Whatever. Like, make it a positive. Don't look at anything as a negative. That or Noah Justice are doing or saying, it isn't going to be a negative. It's going to be a positive. Yeah. That man's a positive live wire. He's a positive force of energy.
Why would he want it to be worse?
Yeah, and he is. If you
I like
meet
the
him,
seal. Have you been following this the saga of the seal?
We've been trying to crack it together for a few weeks now.
What do you think about the dragon? What the fuck does the dragon mean?
The unicorn or the dragon?
Or the unicorn.
Oh, okay. I was like, well,
dude, it
does
fucking
a dragon?
reminds me of a dragon, dude. So actually, yeah, what does the unicorn mean? Because actually,
I think
Steph says she thinks it's a unicorn, like seahorse, like a sea creature unicorn.
I've been studying it actually lately. I've had, the police coming up there the last week doing this stuff.
On the shield?
Yeah, it's on their thing. It's on the cop car. So I'm like, well, I've been looking at it as a unicorn. I'm like, I've never really noticed it until he pointed it out. And there's an Indian, and there's tobacco leaves, and there's some other stuff.
Peace pipe.
And this seal is old. It's old as Kingston.
1960, they said that.
So the seal is as old as Kingston.
Yeah.
So my man here really, I mean, it's at least like he ain't trying to say change the name of the town back to Kingston, but he's saying this hashtag gains a lot of traffic.
Yes.
Like obviously, like Kingston, maybe
what
Jamaica.
did he say? It's false advertising.
But it's not, because it's just a hashtag, and like he said, it's Facebook. When the day's said and done,
yeah,
it's fake Facebook. It's fake. It's just a
fake
freaking
book is what my dad calls
yeah.
it.
But just
He hates it.
The person behind it can be genuine, but the real ideal of it is a man-made, creative thing that we're all kind of hypnotized to, and we all probably drain ourselves on really for God knows what reason.
Yeah,
really
I agree.
At this point. I do too. I mean, I post more than probably most, but I also think at this point, like with the whole like skate park thing, I think I can draw awareness. So like, it can be a little bit like
having a platform is cool. It helps.
It's cool. Using it in the right way is cool. I think, and that's kind of I think why like. One that everybody has their own beliefs. If anything, I believe like this whole thing I'm trying to do is now way bigger than me, and it's like something that God's getting me to do. And like I'm like I'll be tired, and he's just like get up and go work and do stuff, and I'll snap up and go work and go do stuff, and And then random things that fall in my place too, or fall in my lap too, where just somebody to help. Like I do want to help people too. So it comes. I mean, there's a whole lot going on, man. Life's a journey, bro. Like we're not gonna figure it out overnight. We're not gonna just change somebody by just saying, "Hey, this is what you gotta do." Like it's not easy. Like working on yourself is the main thing. Being a good person is the main thing. When you see somebody you can help them. When the day's said and done, it's a whole world out there. It's hard to go and it's hard to change the town. It's hard to change the world. It's never going to be perfect. Life's a podcast. It just goes on and on, baby. Like, it just is what it is when the day's said and done. Like, we can make some difference here in town. I'm sure we can. But it's a whole world out there, and it's just going to continue keeping on. Yeah, the road goes on forever, and the party never ends. And this, I guess, is maybe episode 1 of me being up here.
For sure, man. Love to have you back anytime. Appreciate you walking in on us tonight.
Absolutely.
And being like, yeah, let's go ahead. So, there you go.
Didn't mean to keep y'all up tonight. I'm sorry if I kept y'all up late.
Chill.
It's been fun, though.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. We like Mondays.
Yeah. It's first Saturday.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, man. Appreciate it, Jerry. Thanks for hanging out tonight with us. Late. We've got, what do we got here? The end of Kicking It With episode 14. Is that correct? 14,
that's right.
14. Holy cow. Travis, Stanley Harper, I'm Zac Holcomb. Thank you very much.